Hello, it's Malcolm here. So this experiment is about finding out if you can bet on the favourite before the off and get close to the BSP favourite. The way we've done this is set up two bots on our servers. Now, if I make this screen too big, you can hardly see anything, so I have to make it small. So you can see you've probably got an overlapping two bots here, but I'll try and make this as clear as I can. So this first bot here is looking at the favourite before the start of the race. Now we've got it set 30 seconds before the off. You could probably set it closer, and we're going to experiment with that next, but at the moment we're about 30 seconds before the off. Now the way we set this up is if we go to options, okay, and what you can do is down here, pull this up a little bit, you can bet just on the first ranked favourite. Now rank is based on price, okay, you can do it by index, which is the number in the order. Now normally Betfair do rank it by price, but sometimes they also index it, so the favourite is not always the top one if the prices are moving quickly. But this is based on price only, so we're on the first the first or the favourite according to price, so the best price at the time. Now with the GHB Lite you can do it on any, okay, and you can mix and match this all over the place, including Dutching and all sorts of things, and we've got disparity in the streamers. But in this particular case we're only concerned about betting on the first or the favourite based on price. We've opened up the odds range just purely because we're not particularly worried. We're only backing 10p stakes, so we're not concerned about it. This is for just gathering information, really, apart from anything else. So that's that bot, okay. And as you can see, over the last few days, this experiment's only been running a few days. That we pretty much got matched on everything as we've gone along. So the second bot is based on BSP. Now you can't ask for BSP before the off, so you have to ask for it in running. So basically, because we use the API, we can actually get the BSP just after the off, or just as the market goes in running, so then we know who is the BSP favourite. So these were all BSP favourites, and basically if we go to options, I'll show you how we set that up. So this is the selection. We select SP, and we want it exactly or close to SP as we want. You can ask for more or less if you want, more or less a percentage of BSP. So you could basically say, 1% under BSP or 1% over, if you depends on whether you're laying or backing, I suppose. And you can see that we've opened up the price range. We're not worried about what we get, we just want to see how well we do. In this part we've obviously gone in play, we've gone in running, we've not waited any time whatsoever, and we're only betting in running because we want to get the BSP favourite. So that's exactly how you set up those two bots. Again, we're on the first BSP favourite, and that's it. Okay, so they're both set up. In the next video, in a minute, I'll show you how that actually looks. But as you can see, if you just quickly go through, you can see generally, hold on a second, let's get this down a bit. Generally, we're pretty much before and after, but when I show you the report, you'll see that it's not always as clear as it is on one day. Like Mystic Rider is fine, but Pat Garrett was not the BSP favourite here, and we'll have a look at so far what we're seeing the differences. Okay, so now let's have a look at the results. Now you've got to remember these are only over a few days, so nothing's for certain, but I think the point is it does give us an idea of what's going on before the off and during it in running, and whether we're getting close to BSP in running. So first of all, what about before and in running. So basically what we're doing here is we're looking at sorry, I don't think I've actually done that. Just draw that down. We're actually looking at the differences between in running selections, or before the off selections being on the favourite, and in running selections being on BSP. Now, as you can see, there's a difference of 15. I think it's one less than that actually. So in that case, we got Pat Garrett before the off, and we didn't. The BSP favourite was slightly different. Best trip, again, the BSP was slightly different, and you can see that's where I'm not sure what happened there. Presumably the runner got withdrawn, and so we had no favourite to go on, so we'll take that one out. Again, Euston Square, Shahrazad, the names on this side are always weird. Port Monarch, see what I mean? Ikitishi, Tisha, Ikis. Sorry, not going to pronounce that. And on and on. So basically, we've got over 126 selections, 125 selections. 15 of them are different. So I'm just thinking about what that is in percentage wise. Divide by 125. I think that's about 12% difference from what we can get before the off. Now, it may be that if we go closer to the off, we may well improve that. The concern is, of course, that the advertised off, the horse races don't generally go on the advertised off, but they do sometimes. So we don't really want to push it. But I suppose 5 seconds before the off may be a bit of an improvement, and I think I'll probably change the experiment to there very shortly. So anyway, you can see there are differences when you go and try and get the favourite before the off. The next thing to do was see how close we were to prices from our selections from the bot and what the BSP was. So in this column here, this is what we got from the bot in running. Okay, so as soon as we went in running, GHB or Grailspot put the bet into the market and tried to get matched. So added up all together, the prices come to 418 points or whatever you want. This column is the BSP. Okay, that's actually what the BSP price was, and as you can see, there's a difference of 2 points. So that's not so bad. But what really counts, of course, is when we're on winners and losers, because that's where, you know, we're going to gain or lose money. So here we go again. So we've got on this side we've got the actual prices that we received, okay, and on this part what BSP was. So you can see we've actually done slightly better on our prices than BSP, which is quite interesting. I wasn't really expecting that, but again, it is, you know, a short experiment, so that may work out one way or the other. But to see the point that it is pretty close is obviously quite good, and it means, okay, on some occasions we've done better ones. BSP done better. On other occasions we were pretty close, and it just appears that on some occasions, like there, we got a better price, and those sort of make up when we win over the ones where we're not doing so well or we're not quite so close. But and it seems that there's quite a few, but then these odd occasions. I mean, here we got, you know, actually 1 point better in running than we did, and that horse went on to win. So as you can see, that's you know, that's pretty good. And one thing I didn't mention, and I wanted to mention in the last video about the last part of the video in the two systems that we were running. This is a bit crazy really, because we are actually in profit on both of them. The in running has given us more profit than the before the off, which is, you know, that's 29 points at 10 pence bets, and that's 34 points at 10 pence bets, which is pretty crazy, and I don't see it lasting. It's just I thought I'd point out that, you know, we are actually seeing a return on our investment in on placing bets on the favourites, but you know that will not last. Sooner or later that's going to go. We're obviously just on a trend at the moment where favourites seem to be doing a bit better and slightly bit better prices, but the market will adjust that, I'm sure, sooner or later. But we'll keep that running for the time being, just to see what happens over time. Okay, so in this last part of the video, we'll move on to favourites using the SPB System Builder, and as you can see, over the last few months, there has actually been a loss of 196 points, and I expect we're on this trend somewhere down here. But you can definitely see that, you know, it's going down and down again, and it doesn't matter if you lay or back them, you're still gonna lose. I wonder whether, like I said, if we look at that more locally this month, whether we've just been lucky in there. You can see that, you know, they're showing 27 points, and we've probably just come on this trend here, but you know, it won't last. Favourites don't win overall. But there is a couple of points I'd like to make, and I did make it in another video, that there may be occasions in certain races. We did find with using AWs, sorry, I'll turn off the date, that they seem to do reasonably well, and as you can see, even with yesterday's results in, it's still on a climb up. It's got this up and down movement, but you know, generally the trend has been sort of moving upwards. So maybe on some particular courses or some particular types of races, you may be able to eke a little bit of profit out of favourites, but you're going to have to be on your own on that one, because price pressure on favourites, if too many people find out about it and try running it, then you'll certainly see quite quickly that the price will go down and there won't be any profit. I mean, if we put a price pressure of 10% on even this, which is not a great deal in the scheme of things, I don't think, even that's sent it down to, you know, like zilch profit really, and that's only 10% pressure. So, you know, if you're going to look for a system on favourites, you want to be very specific, and you don't want to tell anybody about it, that's for sure. And we're running a few of those at the moment ourselves to see, you know, whether we can pick up on you know, a bit of profit here and there by being very specific about the type of races that we're going to run. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that experiment. I'll obviously report on it more over the coming weeks. I would be very careful about betting on favourites, as I've already mentioned, you know, because generally there aren't. I mean, certainly don't back them blindly like we are at the moment on that test. It is purely a test for us to gather information, and we fully expect that you know, we will lose the bank that we've put up for it, and when then we'll stop that experiment. It's not a huge bank, it's just one that we're prepared to lose, just in the name of getting the information that we need, and hopefully that's why you joined this email list, is so that you can see the experiments that we're trying, and you can get that information from us. And of course the SPB System Builder allows you to check a lot of scenarios without actually putting money on the on the selections. Okay, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. See you soon. Bye.